Welcome to vSkills YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn about the top interview questions for Linux administration. So, let's get started. Question number 1. What do you understand about UNIX? The answer is UNIX refers to a computer operating system which is capable of handling activities from multiple users at the same time. The development of UNIX begun around 1969 at AT&T Bell Labs by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. Further, it is used in Internet servers, workstations, and mainframe computers. Question number 2. What is Bash? The answer is Bash stands for Bourne Again Shell, which was written by Steve Bourne as a replacement to the original Bourne shell. This combines all the features from the original version of Bourne shell, plus additional functions for making it easier and more convenient to use. However, it has been adapted as the default shell for most systems running Linux. Question number 3. What do you know about Linux kernel? The answer is the Linux kernel can be considered as a low-level system software that helps in managing hardware resources for the user. Moreover, it also provides an interface for user-level interaction. Question number 4. What is LILO used for? The answer is LILO is a bootloader for Linux that is used for loading the Linux operating system into the main memory so that it can start its operations. Question number 5. What is a swap space? The answer is swap space is a definite amount of space used by Linux for temporarily holding some programs that are running concurrently. This takes place when RAM does not have sufficient memory to hold all programs that are executing. Question number 6. What are the benefits of open source? The answer is open source enables you to distribute your software, including source codes, freely to anyone who is interested. Using this, individuals would be able to add features and even debug and resolve errors that are in the source code. Moreover, they can even make it run better and then redistribute these enhanced source code freely again. Question number 7. What is the maximum length of a file name under Linux? The answer is any file name under Linux can have a maximum of 255 characters. However, this limit does not include the path name. This means that the whole path name and file name could well exceed 255 characters. Question number 8. Why do we need LVM in Linux? The answer is LVM allows you to allocate disk space and strip, remirror, and resize logical volumes. Using LVM, you can allocate an EBS volume or a set of EBS volumes to one or more physical volumes. To use LVM on your EBS volume and extend the partitions, create physical volumes, PV, from your EBS volume. Question number 9. What are hard links? The answer is hard links are placed directly to the physical file on disk, and not on the path name. That is to say, if you rename or move the original file, the link will not interrupt since the link is for the file itself and not for the path where the file is located. Question number 10. Is it possible to execute more than one command or program from a single command line entry? The answer is yes. You can merge several commands by separating each command or program using a semicolon symbol. Question number 11. What is the GNU project? The answer is GNU refers to a free software movement that allows several advantages, such as the freedom for running programs for any purpose and freedom for studying and modifying a program to your requirements. Moreover, it enables you to redistribute copies of the software to other people, as well as the liberty of improving the software. Question number 12. What is a root account? The answer is the root account can be considered as a systems administrator account that gives complete control of the system. In this, you can build and maintain user accounts and allocate different permissions for each account. However, this is the default account every time you install Linux. Question number 13. What is the purpose of CLI? The answer is CLI stands for Command Line Interface that allows the user to type declarative commands for instructing the computer to execute operations. Further, this also provides greater flexibility. However, users who are already familiar with using GUI find it hard to remember commands including attributes that come with it. Question number 8. What do you understand about GUI? The answer is GUI stands for Graphical User Interface that offers the use of images and icons that users click and manipulate as a way of communicating with the computer. Rather than remembering and typing commands, the use of graphical elements makes it easier for interacting with the system, as well as adding more attraction through images, icons, and colors. Question number 15. What is DNS? The answer is DNS stands for Domain Name System, which is an internet service used for translating domain names into IP addresses, domain names. Further, the DNS system is a network if one DNS server doesn't know how to translate a particular domain name, it asks another one, and so on, until the correct IP address is returned. Question number 16. What is FTP? The answer is File Transfer Protocol, FTP, refers to a network protocol used for transferring files from one host or to another host over a TCP-based network like the Internet. However, FTP is a client-server architecture that uses separate control and data connections between the client and the server. Further, the secure transmission with traffic encryption uses SSL or TLS and is called SSH-FTP or SFTP. Question number 17. What is virtualization in Linux? The answer is virtualization enables multiple operating system instances to run concurrently on a single computer. In other words, separating hardware from a single operating system. Every guest OS is managed by a virtual machine monitor, VMM, that is called a hypervisor. Moreover, the virtualization system can control the guest's use of CPU, memory, and storage, even allowing a guest OS for migrating from one machine to another. Question number 18. Define SMTP. The answer is SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol that is used when the email is delivered from an email client like Outlook Express to an email server or when the email is delivered from one email server to another. Further, it uses port 25 and can be used by the Mail Transfer Agent, MTA, for delivering email to the recipient's mail server. The SMTP protocol can only be used for sending emails, not for receiving them. Question number 19. What do you understand about POP3? The answer is POP3 stands for Post Office Protocol that enables an email client to download an email from an email server. Its design concludes that the email client downloads all available emails from the server and deletes them from the server. Moreover, after downloading the messages, the internet connection can be removed and emails are read at ease, but the user also downloads all messages whether required or not. Further, it uses port 110 and offers a simple, standardized way for users to access mailboxes and download messages. Question number 20. What do you understand about IMAP? The answer is IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol, which is used for downloading email from an email server by an email client. However, the IMAP protocol does not delete the email on the server, hence, needs more disk space and CPU resources than POP3. Further, this is a client or server protocol in which email is received and held by the server. And, IMAP needs small data transfer so can work over a slow connection. Lastly, when requested to read a defined email message, then, it will be downloaded from the server. It uses port 143. Question number 21. How can you assess memory stats and CPU stats? The answer is we can assess memory stats and CPU stats using the free mstat command that can be used to display the physical and virtual memory statistics respectively. Also, with the help of SAR command, we see the CPU utilization and other stats. Question number 22. How do you share a program across different virtual desktops under Linux? The answer is for sharing a program over different virtual desktops, in the upper left-hand corner of a program window look for an icon that looks like a push pin. Pressing this button will pin that application in place, making it appear in all virtual desktops, in the same position on screen. Question number 23. What is a nameless, empty, directory? The answer is this empty directory name can be defined as the nameless space of the Linux file system. This presents as an attachment for all other directories, files, drives, and devices. Question number 24. What are daemons? The answer is daemons refer to services that provide several functions that may not be available under the base operating system. This performs tasks to listen for service requests and at the same time to take action on these requests. After completing the service, it is then disconnected and waits for further requests. Question number 25. Define the grep command. The answer is grep refers to a search command that makes use of pattern-based searching. This makes use of options and parameters that are defined along with the command line and applies this pattern in searching for the required file output. Question number 26. What do you understand by load average in Linux? The answer is Load average is referred to as the average sum of the number of processes waiting in the run queue and the number of processes currently executing over the period of 1, 5 and 15 minutes. Such that using the top and uptime command we find the load average of a Linux server. Question number 27, define Puppet server. The answer is: Puppet is one of the open source and enterprise software used for configuration management tool in Unix-like operating systems. Puppet is primarily an IT automation software used to push configuration to its clients, Puppet agents, using code. Such that the Puppet code do a variety of tasks from installing new software, to check file permissions, or updating user accounts etc. Question number 28, what do you understand by Umask? The answer is: Umask is abbreviated for User File Creation Mask, which is used to determine the settings of a mask that controls file permissions that are set for files and directories when they are created. Question number 29, how will you upgrade kernel in Linux? The answer is: One should never upgrade Linux kernel, whereas install the new kernel using the rpm command since upgrading a kernel can make the Linux box in an unbootable state. Question number 30, what do you understand by network bonding? The answer is: Network bonding refers to the aggregation of multiple LAN cards into a single bonded interface so as to provide fault tolerance and high performance. Network bonding is also referred to as NIC teaming. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.